which is a thing, you can follow us at Elephant and Worm. It's very exciting. Just like our show today, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of things to cover, so let's get right into it. Some of you may remember we've been working on a story tree, but look, it's kind of empty here in the middle, so I'd like to bring on a special guest, Joe Lewis, everybody!
Hey!
Hello, Joe!
Hey, Dan. Do you notice something different about me today?
You're wearing clothing that is white.
True. I am wearing clothing that is white. In case you can't tell, I'm wearing a Blackhawks jersey because tonight is what?
Big Blackhawks game Stanley Cup Final starts tonight.
Who's going to be there, I wonder? So fortunate enough to actually go to the game in person.
Just wait, I'm going. Woo! Very good.
There's also something else different about me. For those of you who have been watching at home these many weeks, you've noticed I am shaving and haircut impaired. However, all that is different now.
Very
As you
smooth.
can see my face,
Like a
my
roughly
double
shaved
chin,
face.
and what's left of my dye job.
Yeah, well, it's nice. You're looking good, sharp. Very
What was
sharp.
I here for? Not just to talk about
writing
myself.
tip, Joe.
That's
Hold
right.
on, let's take our viewers back to the story tree.
Look at the trunk of that tree, so
Look,
empty.
Right now, all we have is a story that takes place in a tree. I mean, we have character ideas, but we haven't even picked any. So, Joe, 3, 2, 1, pick one of these characters.
Wait, you're telling me the story takes place in a tree?
Yeah.
And it is a story tree that we're using.
That's right, Joe. This is not coincidental. This is on purpose.
On
Yeah.
purpose.
So, what we need to do now is
Characters on a tree. In a tree.
In a tree. We've got
In a tree,
alligator,
on a
squirrel,
tree.
bird, butterfly,
Could they be
stick,
behind the
bug,
tree? They could be
crunchy,
anything you
magic
want.
corn dog, chef, astrocat, Iggy cat, worm.
I want stick bug. Is that
Stick bug.
Stick bug.
Yes, a stick bug. What kind of stick
A
bug?
stick or a bug or a stick bug. Was that the?
Yeah, which one do you like?
I want stick bug.
Okay, angry, grumpy, crunchy, happy, hungry.
Crunchy stick bug.
Crunchy stick
Crunchy
bug. Okay.
stick bug.
There's one character.
It's a bug that looks like a stick and it's crunchy, just like a stick.
Very
for those
good.
of you who have chewed sticks.
Okay, we need another from our studio audience. Does anyone out there want to pick one of these characters?
do.
Oh, Aaron, yes, over here.
How about one of Judith's cats?
Okay.
How about Iggy Cat?
Iggy cat.
Okay, what kind of Iggy cat?
Can you go through the adjectives for me?
Happy, grumpy, angry, hungry, jovial.
How about jovial?
A jovial Iggy cat.
Jovial Iggy the cat.
Okay.
And the crunchy stick bug. My,
Okay.
the story's getting dense.
And I
just
will-
like the leaves of our tree.
I will just throw the magic corn dog up into that tree. Because, after all, it is a big day for hockey, and they sell corn dogs at the stadium. So.
I love corn dogs.
Me too. I don't know why
Love 'em.
exactly they were invented, but they're delicious.
They were invented to combine dogs with corn.
Yes. In a non-traditional way. I mean, my dog eats corn.
I suppose it's non-traditional.
Yeah. Well, anyway. The point being, Joe, we need to continue our story. So here we have the problem box.
Problems? Well, I can list a few of them.
Do you know anything about problems, Joe?
You know what? I know an unfortunate great deal about problems, but that's all right. So will all of you one day.
Okay, so here we are with our problem. We need to catch some ideas. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention, you out there watching, all of you, that's right, even you, can call in at 312-738-1060. And actually, right now would be a great time for that, because we need some problems. Once upon a time, in a tree, let's call it a grumpy tree.
Grumpy tree. Ooh, grumpy tree. Crunchy stick
There was
bug.
a crunchy stick bug, a jovial Iggy cat, and a magic corn dog.
So if any of you out there have an idea for the problem to our story, now's the time to call. 312-738-1060. Hit the lines
Should we just sit
call
here
us.
and wait?
Sure. Let's stare at each other until someone calls. All right, you ready?
I have an idea.
It didn't work.
Never mind.
Ah,
Aaron,
man,
what's your
Not
idea?
even a full 3 seconds, I don't think we made it through that one.
Staring contests are hard. Yeah, Aaron, what's your idea for a problem?
What about how about jovial Iggy Cat is finding that he is very hungry.
Ooh. Iggy
Maybe it's making that jovial cat not so jovial anymore.
Yeah.
is hungry.
The grumpy tree and the hungry cat.
Yeah.
I like this. I like that.
Oh.
Oh, I have an idea
Oh.
for a problem.
What is it?
So, the crunchy stick bug, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like a stick, but it's really a bug.
That's a problem right there, but go on.
Well, what if the stick bug loses its memory and then it thinks all the sticks in the tree are other stick bugs?
Oh my goodness. That would be confusing.
It sure would. Maybe the suggestion we'll get from our caller right now won't be as confusing. Hey there, you're on the air. What's your name?
My name is Tom.
Hey,
Hey, Tom.
We don't know any Toms. Where are you from?
Yeah.
I'm calling from Indiana.
Whoa, where's that? So, Tom, from
Wherever that
wherever
is.
that was, do you have an idea for a problem in our story?
I do. I think the problem should be the tree is not big enough. They
Oh,
need more room.
ooh, that might be making the tree grumpy too.
Oh, yeah, if the tree's weighted down by too many people and it's not big enough and it's like that sounds like a grumpy tree.
I just want to say I spelled enough wrong on purpose to save some space. So I
Don't
want
do
any-
this at home, kids. It's very dangerous to change the spelling of words from what they normally are to what they seem like they should be.
There we go.
Wouldn't you agree, Tom? I mean, if you were a teacher, wouldn't you say that's true?
Well, I would say that, and I think if you can't spell a word more than one way, you're not very smart.
Ha!
Oh, hey, now there's an alternative
That
idea.
sounds like a smart teacher.
Yeah, right? That sounds like a smart teacher.
Well, thanks for calling again, Tom.
You bet, guys. Take care and go
Yes.
Hawks.
Stay
Go
on.
Hawks.
We're already on us.
You're already on us. There's no camera to switch to. That's what's so funny.
We got a lot. Oh, there's a magic corn dog that no one's even mentioned.
I know. We should come up with a problem for the...
Oh,
Ooh, what if the magic corn dog is upset because it ended up getting lost in this tree and its magic won't work unless somebody eats it?
oh my goodness.
It has to be eaten to activate
corn
its
dog.
magicness.
Is lost and uneaten. Ah, I hate it when corn dogs are uneaten. Don't you, Joe?
If I existed for one sole purpose, and that was to be eaten, consumed, and enjoyed, I would be upset too if it didn't happen to me.
Well, Joe, I'm going to have to let you go. We're going to have to move on here.
No!
So anyway, food happens to be part of our show today in a big way. And not only do we have this corn dog in our story, but we've got a story about a cat and a regular dog, not a corn dog, who are called best friends. This story was by Margaret, and I hope you all enjoy.
Top story. Top story tonight. No new news on the new news. What's a new new? No recent news on the disappearance of Dag the dog's best friend cat. A concerned neighbor had this to say.
Thank you, Judith. I'm kneeling here in Madtown with two eyewitnesses to the dog and cat story. Boys, can you tell us what happened?
Sure. They were best friends. The story is about a cat and a dog. They were best friends. One day they went to the park. They played on the swings and the slide and the monkey bars. They were best friends. Then they went home because it was time for lunch. They had macaroni and chips. One day, Cat ran away. Dog was crying and crying. There's no sign of Cat. Dog looked everywhere. He looked in the park. He looked in the store. He looked in the forest. He thought he saw her. There she was. The end.
Well, as you can see, it's the heartwarming story. It's a thrilling conclusion, and I'll
Turn
send
it
it
off,
back
would
to the
you?
studio with you, Judith. See you later. Oh, wow. That story... Excuse me. That story gets me every time. Not only are the cat and dog best friends, but they have lunch together. I mean, it's unusual, isn't it? But to talk about things like lunch and other food items, I'd like to bring on our resident food expert. It's Erin Schultz, everybody.
Hi!
Hello, Erin.
How are you today?
Very good. Now, Erin, I have a question.
Okay.
Do you remember what they had for lunch in that last video?
I do.
What was it?
Macaroni and chips.
Ooh, you know, that's really good. Usually not eaten together, I would imagine, but...
Yeah, macaroni and chips is delicious.
Yes.
But it might not be the healthiest food option for them.
And with,
I
and
know.
with summer coming along, maybe it would be a good idea to talk about some things that are maybe healthier for food options.
Yeah. Well, a good tip, I think, especially for kids,
Yes.
is to try to eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow? What do you mean?
Yes.
Isn't that just like sunlight and
Not-
water
Not
and
just
then
the
a
ones
prism?
that you see.
rainbow.
Yeah, taste the rainbow. Yeah, there you go.
Sounds good.
Skittles?
So, well, Skittles are
candy.
also not the healthiest.
Are you
No,
thinking more like vegetables?
I mean foods that are very colorful. Foods that are red or green, like vegetables.
Like a celery is green, right?
Celery is green.
What
Yeah,
else is
lettuce.
green? Green
is
pepper. That's why they
green.
call it a green pepper.
A cucumber, which I think technically is a fruit.
Well, what? No, that can't be true. Why is that true?
Well, it has seeds in it. And foods that have seeds in them are usually fruits. Like
Well, what about seeds? Are they fruits?
yes.
Like sunflower seeds?
Sunflower seeds. You know,
Like tomatoes are fruits?
tomatoes are fruits. Yeah, an avocado.
And it has that one giant seed in it.
That's right.
They call it a pit. Why is that? Do you know?
I don't know.
And they
I'm
do
sorry.
that in a nectarine
I guess
too,
I'm
don't
not
they?
as I'm not quite an expert like you said.
You're,
But
you're an expert as far as I'm concerned, I think.
well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
So what's a
So-
purple food?
Purple food, eggplant.
Oh, yeah.
Eggplant is a very healthy vegetable option. Or you know what? They have purple carrots and purple potatoes these days.
Aptly named. Now, what about an orange food? I can't think of anything that's orange.
Carrots.
Oh, what about oranges?
Oranges are good. They are a fruit. Yeah.
So why is an orange called an orange, but a lime or a lemon isn't called a green or a yellow?
I don't know. You have so many questions.
I'm full of them.
I know.
Do you have any recipes that might be good for summertime eating or vegetable healthy eating?
Let me see. I like to grill corn
Ooh, that
and
sounds
then
good.
cut the corn off of the cob.
Oh, yeah, they like it over there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then throw in some tomatoes,
Uh-huh.
maybe some green onions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Maybe some other vegetables like carrots or
Yeah.
something.
Maybe some peppers.
Mushrooms.
Some peppers.
Ooh, mushrooms.
Sure.
Yeah.
Throw it all into a bowl. Sprinkle a little olive oil and some lemon juice, a little salt and pepper, and that's a nice little summer salad.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too.
And I know that there's like lettuce-based salads. Those are good too. Like maybe just some lettuce and some tomatoes and some olives. Do you like olives?
You know, I like green olives.
Oh.
Do you like green olives?
I do, but I prefer Kalamata olives.
Ah,
Yeah, we're different.
that's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
That's okay.
So you think that encouraging eating healthy foods like this is a good thing then?
Yeah, you know, just try to avoid eating too many brown foods.
Yeah.
Like fried food, fries and
Chicken fingers are
chicken
brown. or
fingers, sure.
French fries are brown.
And they're delicious, and it's okay to eat them every once in a while, but maybe not for every meal.
You know what else is brown is fried vegetables.
You're right.
So like keep the vegetable color intact if you're going to eat a vegetable.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
In other words, eat the rainbow, right?
There you go. There
Wow.
it is.
Not taste the rainbow like Skittles, but just eat the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully people out there can take some of this advice to heart and
I hope so.
follow through.
And if you think of a great recipe, you could always send it in to us. We
That's
could try
true.
it.
Or you
Yeah.
could call in if you have any foods recipes you'd like to talk about with us.
That's right.
Yeah. A lot of different options.
All right.
All right, well, thanks for coming on and talking about healthy food options, Aaron. That was great.
No problem. Go
And,
Hawks, Dan.
yeah, speaking of the Hawks, there is a very important Hawks game tonight.
I
And
hadn't heard about that.
yeah, and there's a storm coming. Now, we actually have a little video we'd like to play that is not exactly the same, but has some similar concepts. It's not the Blackhawks, it's the Silverhawks, but there was a storm involved. But you know what? Before we do that, what do you say we turn to Adventure Sandwich, Aaron?
I think that's a great idea.
I think that's a great idea, too. So I'll see you later.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. And ladies and gentlemen, another exciting installment of Adventure Sandwich awaits you right now. Hey! Hey, Moira,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
I knew that we were going to be talking about food today.
Did ya?
And so I brought along a couple of friends.
Oh.
This is my friend Banana.
Oh. Well, here, why don't you
Hello.
scoot over so that monkey can get in the... Oh, there we go.
Hello. And this is my other friend, the monkey.
Hello, monkey.
Hey, monkey.
Monkey.
All right. So what are you guys here for?
Well, the three of us have been hanging out all day. We went and had a very healthy breakfast.
Ooh.
We had a fruit salad. No bananas, of course.
Very good, yeah.
And then we started playing some games, and we thought maybe one of these games would be a fun one to play with you
Well,
guys.
I like games very much. So what kind of game did you have in mind?
This game is called Yes Let's, and it requires us all to improvise. Do you know what that means?
I think so. You mean just kind of make it up on the spot?
Exactly.
That sounds fun.
So all of you guys at home can play along with us. Here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Any one of us in the room,
Okay.
or if you want to call in, you can give us a suggestion of something that we should all either become or an activity that we should all do.
Ah.
For example, we could all become mermaids or mermen. Or we could all go to the grocery store. So one is something that we become, the other is an activity that we could do.
I think I get it.
And then, the most important part of the game, whenever somebody suggests something, everybody who's playing has to go, yes, let's, and then do or become that thing with all their might. You got it?
How do we start?
Well, first we need some sort of a suggestion of something to become or do.
Anybody in our...
Hey, everybody!
What's up?
Yes?
Let's dance like a snowman!
Yes! Let's!
Hey,
snowman.
everybody!
Yes!
Let's cry like a sad person!
Yes! Let's!
Big Atlanta
Hey, everybody!
Yes!
Let's pretend we're hungry!
Yes! Let's! I don't want to do this anymore. I just need food or
So
something to
hungry.
eat or something
Oh.
good. Look at
Monkey, you're getting a little too into this. Hey, wait a minute,
Hey.
Monkey, back off.
Hey,
Back
everybody,
off. We're
let's
just
pretend
pretending.
it's
We're
time
just
to eat
pretending.
dinner, huh?
Yes.
Let's!
No, let's not.
Give me that banana! Give me that banana!
Well, it looks like he got away.
I guess the game's over.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for playing.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming on the show again.
No problem. Hey, I've got an idea.
What's that?
Let's move on to the rest of the show.
Yes! Let's! And to do that, I think we'll bring on that homemade movie. That's right, a story. A very exciting story written by Jillian.
Takes away, Ashley.
Take one. Take one. Julian.
1, 2, 3.
Action. Hi, my name is Julian, and this is my story. Last Friday, there was this huge storm, and we were driving to a Silverhawks game, and my dad said that a tree wouldn't fall over. Then my mom called and said we had to turn back, and once we got home, my dad found out that a tree fell over, and he was really surprised.
The ineptitude of fathers. So, we would now like to welcome a very special guest. We had him on a few weeks ago. By the way, I'm not Dan, I'm Joe, and I'm here to introduce Chicago historian Paul. Hey!
Good to see you.
It's good to see you again, sir.
It's good to be back.
So, the last time you were here, we'll refresh their memories. You brought in an original season pass ticket to the World Columbian Exposition of
1893.
1893. 63, there was a Civil War happening.
That's true.
That's,
Yeah.
Or about to happen?
Happening.
Happening. Yeah. That's why I need him here. He's an expert on history, unlike myself. And what have you brought for us today, Paul?
Well, today, Joe, you asked me to try to bring something related to reading and writing literacy in Chicago.
Did. And this is what you brought.
That's right. It's the first edition of a book that came out 60 years ago, so all the way back in 1953.
There was still stuff back then?
I know, lots of stuff.
Whoa. Look at this. It's a real book, everybody. This is made of, what is this stuff here?
I think paper.
Paper?
That's called.
That's cool. What's this black stuff on the...
Type. Made
Type.
ink. I know, it's amazing.
Ink and paper.
You can hold it in your hand.
Gosh, what's the URL for this baby? It's a book.
It's a book.
That's right.
True.
No URL.
No.
So you're telling me Chicago has a rich literary history. Is that
That's
what you're
right.
getting at?
So, I mean, many of you out there probably, of course, read books in Chicago, but there are also people who write books who live in Chicago. And there have been many, I know.
Book writers?
That's right. Which I guess also you guys are too, because you're telling stories, right? On your
Storytelling is very important, and wouldn't you say some of America's finest storytellers share a relationship with Chicago? Such as?
Well, I think we might have a caller.
Do we?
Who might...
Oh my goodness! We do have a caller. Let's go to the lines. Paul, check this out.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey caller, this is Joe and Paul. What's your name?
Hey, Joe and Paul. This is Maureen.
Hey, Maureen. Hey. So do you have an idea for a problem in our story?
Well, I guess you guys have been talking about food a lot.
We have.
So I thought maybe the cat was hungry and decided that he might like to eat the stick bug because, cats love to catch bugs and eat them.
You're telling me a cat would prefer a stick bug to a corn dog? Something doesn't seem right about that.
I think they have magic corn dog.
Magic corn dog nonetheless. I love it.
Well, the cat wants to eat the bug, but the bug says, no, please don't eat me. I'm not very healthy. So then maybe the magic corn dog has to figure out what the cat is going to do about eating a healthy meal.
I love it. I started to write Maureen eats a bug, but that's not what you said.
No, I don't think I would eat the bug.
Nah. Cat wants to eat bug, but bug says no. Bug says no. Thank you so much for calling, Maureen from Indiana.
Have a good day.
You as well.
Bye.
Well, speaking of magic corn dogs, I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about a particular Chicago writer who came to this city way back in 1912, and his name was Carl Sandburg.
Carl Sandburg.
And Carl Sandburg liked to tell stories not just for adults but for children as well. In fact, he wrote a famous collection of stories called Rutabaga Tales.
Rutabaga
Tales. Which had a lot of stories about food in them. But I'm also going to read to you the first stanza of probably his most famous poem, which has a lot to do with Chicago, which is called Chicago.
That makes sense then.
It appeared in Poetry Magazine, which is a magazine that's published right here in the city. It's over 100 years old. It started being published in 1912. It's still around today. And this poem appeared originally in a 1914 issue, March 1914. And I'm just going to read to you the first stanza. So it's called Chicago by Carl Sandburg.
Would it be all right if I pretended to eat popcorn?
You could do that. Or hot dogs. Or breakfast cereal, because we're going to reference all sorts of things. All right, ready? Okay. Chicago. Hog butcher for the world. Tool maker. Stacker of wheat. Player with railroads and the nation's freight handler. Stormy, husky, brawling. City of the big shoulders. So maybe some of you guys have heard Chicago described as the city of the big shoulders, and it's from that poem that we get that description of the city. But two things he mentioned. Hog butcher and also stacker of wheat. So Chicago, for a long time, provided much of the country's food supply.
That's fascinating. Yes, I remember reading a book called The Jungle about Chicago's relationship to the meatpacking industry that I found quite illuminating, as you will soon, because I'm pretty sure it's 7th grade required reading. Now, Paul, I just want to reiterate how much fun it is with you on the show. Popcorn?
Thank you. Oh, of course.
And to reiterate to all of you out there that popcorn is not a color of the rainbow, but it is delicious. And
you guys, I escaped the monkey. Just really quickly, I need to know what's your problem.
Oh no, we haven't picked a problem, Paul. What are we gonna do? We gotta pick a problem. We've only got 10 seconds left. Quick, Paul, pick a problem. Is Iggy hungry? Is Iggy so hungry she wants to eat a bug, but the bug says no? Or is the crunchy stick bug losing its memory? Is the tree and doesn't recognize that all the other sticks aren't actually stick bugs? Or isn't the tree big enough? You tell me. Is the tree not big enough? Is the tree not big enough? Is the tree not big enough?
Yes.
The tree's not big enough. We have a problem for our story. Thanks, Banana, for getting here and reminding us to do that. And we are out of time here on EWTV. Thanks, Paul, for coming.
Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Banana. Go Hawks. Thanks to Adventure Sandwich and everybody else out there. We'll see you next week.